So if you're looking for a tablet for your child, chances are you've come across the Amazon Fire Kids tablet range. I own one. Well, my son owns one. So I want to let you know some reasons why you should get one, and then 2 massive reasons why maybe you should consider something else. Firstly, you might be asking yourself, what is the Amazon Fire HD Kids tablet? It's, as the name suggests, a tablet designed for a younger audience. There are a range of different options available. I went with the Fire HD 8 Kids, which is an 8-inch screen. It's the middle ground between the 7 and 10. It's not the Pro version, but I'm happy with the size overall. Now, the screen on any of the models isn't groundbreaking and won't take over your mini LED 8K 75-inch TV anytime soon. But for a children's tablet, which, let's be honest, is going to be bashed about a bit, it holds up pretty well. It's got good viewing angles and can get quite bright, though it can be hard to judge how it holds up in direct sunlight, as we don't get much of it over here in the UK. It looks great on cloudy days though. The screen is responsive. It's not the most fluid thing I've ever had. I click and drag stuff more than once, but with grubby hands, it still works, which for a kid's tablet is what you really need. The actual device on this one is an 8-inch high-definition touchscreen, 1280 by 800 resolution at 189 ppi. There's HD video playback with IPS panel. Inside the device is 32 gigs on this version, though you can get 64. I think that's more for the Pro version. There is an SD card slot holder which can carry up to 1 terabyte, which I'll show you in a second, which is great because 32 gigs, let's be honest, isn't a lot. Even though this is a kid's tablet, on planes and long journeys where you haven't got access, or at least easy access to Wi-Fi, you want something on the device, and 32 gigabytes is nice, but it just really doesn't get that far for all that Peppa Pig and stuff. The battery life is quoted as 13 hours, and for once I would say that's actually quite accurate. I mean, we don't use this that much, but it's been on standby for what, 2 weeks maybe, and it's at 34% without being used. I mean, 34% sitting there idle is actually really good. The quoted charging time is 5 hours under USB-C for 5 watts, fully charged in 3 hours, 9 watts, and 2.5 hours with 15-watt charger. I use my phone's charger, which for all iPhone users will be now the same cable, hooray, and it's actually very quick. It charges in no time. You have a volume rocker up and down, you have a power button, the USB-C port, and a headphone jack. Up on the top, you have that micro SD card holder, which thankfully is toolless. It's really easy to use compared to most bloody phones nowadays. Well, if your phone still has a micro SD, which a lot are getting rid of, a micro SD is so good, so good. On the device, it has a 2 megapixel front facing and a 2 megapixel rear camera. So let's just take a little photo, shall we? It's nothing to write home about, but we can still say we can still take pictures with it. Oh God, yes. The quality is okay. Let's get rid of those. It has dual band Wi-Fi, which means it'll connect to your home Wi-Fi. No issues whatsoever. I've never had an issue with it dropping out. There's also Bluetooth built in, so you don't have to use the headphone jack. You can just connect your Bluetooth speakers that way. The actual weight is quoted at 518 grams, which sounds about right. It's okay. It's a little bit sturdy, but overall, it's quite nice to hold, and it's got a little bit of weight, but not too much that your child's going to have any struggle carrying it or holding it around. Now, the thing that really sets this apart from nearly all others, which I guess you could just get by itself, but comes with it and it just fits perfect, is this case. This kid-proof case that Amazon have is a dream. It's sturdy. It's going to take the knocks and bumps that you give it. It has a great stand, which means you've got good viewing angles, which can be changed on a whim as you like it, and it will hold it up. It is actually probably my favorite part about this tablet. Now, if you sign up for their subscription, which I'll get to in a bit, you have access to Amazon's Parents Dashboard, which is just amazing. It has everything you really need to make sure your little one is enjoying their time on the tablet in the right way. You can set up time limits, but not just an overall time limits. You can have a turn off by, a stay off until, so you have a real granular control. You have a total screen time. You also have educational goals here, which sort of limits the apps that are available to your child to make sure that they're using it in, I guess, the correct way. So for instance, you can have more time reading books instead of watching videos or listening to Audible, which that is another Amazon service. I like how you try to sneak that in there. So you have a real way to granularly control what your child can listen or play on their tablet. Also within the Parents app, you can also see the activity that your child has been doing recently, and you can also see the apps that they have added and what apps they're using and how long they've been using it for. It gives you a real overview and a sense of not just letting your child out into the wildness of the internet. But speaking about that Parent app, it's not free. Well, it is for the first year, because in the first year it comes with the 1 year of kids content with Amazon Kids Plus, but only 1 year. And this is something I wish I knew before I purchased the tablet. You see, it's a recurring fee of about $20 a year or something like that. It could be more, could be less, it changes. But whatever it is, it's a real dagger in the heart of, okay, do I really want to pay for it? Now I can really see the benefit and the use in the parent dashboard and being able to granularly control everything that our child is doing on the tablet. But you do pay hefty for that privilege. I mean, you probably know, if you've ever given your child your phone at any point, that my God, your little one will go on everywhere and click anything and start calling anyone. But something like Samsung, and I'm sure iPhones have it as well, there's a little place in there where you have an actual section for kids, which limits what they can do. So they can only access apps within that kids part. They can't answer calls. They can't go onto your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your Snapchat, whatever. They're stuck in that ecosystem, which is great. Amazon doesn't really have that because, well, you have to pay for it. Nice. But if you do pay for it, you get a great experience overall. If you don't want to pay for it, well, then the Amazon Fire tablet just acts like a normal tablet. So you can get by without paying for it, and it's still an excellent tablet with an excellent case. It just means it's free reign and you don't have that sort of control. So it's really weighing up this or that. My second major reason why you might not want to, which I discussed at the start, is the fact that it is an Amazon Fire tablet, which means, unfortunately, it doesn't have access to the Google Play Store. It has Amazon's own Fire Store, which has most apps available, but not all. So some of your favorite apps that you might have will not be available here, with one big omission for me is YouTube Kids. Now, I don't know about you, but YouTube Kids is a lifesaver. Now, I don't like to plunk my child down and just go, here you go, watch this. But there are times where YouTube Kids comes in clutch, and it is very sadly missing on here, and probably one of the reasons why it doesn't get used as much as, say, my phone or another tablet I have that doesn't have all these fancy features, but it has YouTube Kids. Now, there is workarounds and there is ways that you can get it on there, and I might make a separate video if you guys want on how to put Google Play Store on here, but it's a lot of fiddling, and right out the box doesn't come with it, and that is a big omission. But would I recommend this? Yes, if you can live without YouTube Kids. Anyway, till next time, bye.